The first agribusiness idea I'll be talking to you about is mushroom farming. Mushroom farming is something that I have the personal experience, and I can tell you it is highly profitable because mushroom farming is one kind of unique agribusiness. It is unique because it is totally different from every other farming systems. The normal way people know to plant crop is by you having a large expanse of land, and then you prepare the soil, and then before you cultivate and all that. But mushrooms are different. Mushroom farming can be categorized as a soilless system of farming whereby you don't plant on a large area of land the way we do normally. You plant in bags. It is called substrate bag. You plant your mushroom seed, which is called spawn, in substrate bag, and these bags don't necessarily have to be in a large place or a wild place. You just need a good well ventilated room where you place the bags. After you've done all the activities needed, place the bags, and then your mushroom starts fruiting. And one beautiful thing about the substrate bag is they fruit in cycles. That is, you keep harvesting more mushrooms from one single bag. So come to think of it, when you now have about 100 bags, 200 bags, 1,000 bags, you know what that means. You harvest your mushrooms in large quantity. They fruit every single day. That's a lot for you. So if you know you have interest in going into mushroom farming, all you need to do are things you can get in your environment. Many of the things are actually waste materials. Things like sawdust, things like rice bran, sometimes you can use leaves of some plants. All these things are waste materials in which you can get around you. Check my videos. I have practical videos on how you can grow mushrooms, how you can prepare the substrate bag and prepare the things needed. The equipment are being shown and everything you need. You will see that many of these things are things you have lying unused with you at home. The second agribusiness idea I'll be talking to you about is snail farming. Snail farming is so amazing because snails are prolific animals. They reproduce in mass. That is, when they lay their eggs, the eggs are many. So it means that when the eggs hatch, you have so many snails to raise, and then when you raise them, you have so many snails you can sell or use them to reproduce again. One thing you should know is that snail meat and other byproducts from snails are in very high demand globally, be it the snail shells or the snail slime. The slime is the liquid that comes out when you break the shell. There's a liquid that comes out from it. That liquid is highly medicinal, and it is in demand globally. So snails have so many things you can make money from them. They have so many things. Snail farming is very, very profitable. One beautiful thing about snail farming is their health conditions. They are not high risk animals, unlike layers, that is poultry, in which can easily be affected by sicknesses and diseases. Snails can still withstand lots of harsh conditions. So even if you're a beginner in farming, you can still manage things when it comes to snail farming. Unlike some other agricultural businesses, snail farming is still something that can be easily managed by a beginner in agriculture. The next agribusiness idea I'll be talking to you about is poultry farming, and precisely broiler farming. That is, raising of broiler birds. For beginners, I would not advise you to go into layer production because the risk, their health is so unique. Let me just put it that way. The health of layers are so unique, and the risk is high. The risk is very high. I would advise you to first go for proper training before you go into layers production. It is profitable, but due to the risk, I would not advise any beginner to just jump into it without proper experience. But broiler production is still something that you can start. Yes, you can start, because broilers are still more easy to manage, unlike layers. One beautiful thing about broiler production is you can make your money from different stages of raising the birds. Different stages. You can sell at 4 weeks. You can sell, at point you feel you would, make the best of profit for yourself. You can sell. There are eateries, restaurants that demand for these things, for broilers. They demand for them. They can even sign a deal with you that, okay, every of your birds be supplying us. We need them. Eateries, restaurants, always, they use chicken. They give chicken. They sell chickens to their customers. So you are sure of having people or businesses to supply to. All you need to do is just to be able to meet up. Okay, maybe if you are going to be supplying you at 4 weeks, they already know that every 4 weeks they're going to get birds from you, or 8 weeks, depending on your agreement with the business you sign a deal with. So, and the one thing is, you don't have to start big. You can start with as little as 50 birds, 50 to 100 birds, and then from there you expand. When you see how well you can manage them, from there you keep growing until your business is so large to the taste you want it to. This agribusiness idea I'm going to mention is something you need to consider, because it is one of the businesses in which can give you quick returns on investment. Quick returns on investment with low risk, and it is vegetable farming. There are several ways you can farm vegetable. You can either do the soilless farming or the normal system of farming. One thing about soilless farming is definitely you need some capital, more than the normal way of farming. Because you need to get the facilities needed for soilless farming. But for the normal system of farming vegetables like spinach, ugu, lettuce, those are leafy vegetables. Farming those kind of vegetables, also scent leaf, are something that grow quickly. Those vegetables grow quickly and have constant demand. You can start on a small plot, or even through sack farming, or just start something small at your backyard. Use it to gain experience before you go out to look for expanse of land to continue your farming. So, and vegetable farming is something that doesn't take time at all. So you should think of going into things that has short period of production with low risk and good profits. The next agribusiness idea you can start is beekeeping and honey production. Beekeeping and honey production is one unique agribusiness you can go into, because the demand for the byproducts of bees are so high globally. So many companies use the byproduct and product of bees, be it their honey, the wax, and so many things gotten from bees. So you are sure that when you go into this kind of business, you can't run at loss, because there are several things you can market. The major thing you need to know first is you need training before you can go into this kind of business. That's just the best advice for you. Look for people who are already into it and let them train you, get the experience, and then from there you can know how to start. You can start even if it's just by selling honey. You bargain with people who are already into it, get their honey, repackage, rebrand in your own label, make some profit from that, and from there you know how to channel the profit into starting your own beekeeping and honey production business. The last agribusiness idea you can start is dried food processing. This can be said to be process of adding value to foods, adding value to different foods. It could be things like pepper, fish, meat, mushrooms, anything that comes from the farm. Many farmers out there only produce and sell raw, they sell fresh. But as a smart guy, what you can do is bargain with these farmers and buy those things from them, and then you go over to process them into something that has a long shelf life. When they sell the raw farm produce, those ones don't have long shelf lives. That is why they have to sell it at a cheap rate. But by the time you've added value, to those things. You can dry them, turn them into dried forms. That is, you now have dried mushrooms, dried meat, dried fish. Those ones can stay long because you've added value to them, brand them, and you sell at a very good price. That is what many farmers are missing out on, because they only focus on selling just straight from the farm, and then they are missing a lot on the profits they are to make if they have added value to the items. So you can go into a business whereby you just focus on drying food items, dried food processing, and I'm very sure you're going to you're going to be amazed at how much you'll be making in that business. Many stores around need people who can supply them many of these items that are non-perishable, food items that are non-perishable. Aside stores here locally, globally, there are many people outside the country, Africans outside the country, that need these items, and they will not want to buy the fresh one because they want it to stay longer with them. So they want to buy in bulk. Once they know you have these things, you will be their supplier. All you need to do is to be good at what you're doing, be good at the processing and everything, and then consistently make it available to them. You will be so amazed at how much you'll be making in this business. This is to let you know that you don't necessarily have to have lots of money, high capital, before starting a business. Agribusinesses these days should be started small and gain the experience. So when starting small, you don't need high capital as loan to start an agribusiness idea. Start small with what you have. First, look around for things around you can work with. Start with what you have and then grow big. Big businesses today started small. Many of them started small, and you need to follow same pattern. Start small and grow big. This will help you master everything about the business before you get to that high level you desire to get to. I'm sure you must have learned a lot from this video. Till next time, thank you for watching. Bye.